This is seriously a can I have another piece of chocolate cake kind of recipe, just because it is so good. And it's a whole lot easier to make than you may think. It takes around the same amount of time as a normal chocolate cake, bonus. And if it were up to me, I'd definitely pick this. 3 layers of soft and pillowy chocolate cake with a creamy chocolate mousse layered in between, topped with a rich chocolate ganache. The perfect blend of chocolate bliss, all in one mouthful. And to start, for the chocolate cake layers, you'll need 3 eggs, 1½ cups of sugar, 3/4 of a cup of milk with 3/4 of a teaspoon of white spirit vinegar added to it, 3/4 of a cup of oil, a teaspoon of vanilla essence, pinch of salt, a 1/2 cup of cocoa powder, 1½ cups of flour, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, and a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. The full recipe is in the description, so you can grab that link there. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. You can either bake your batter in one tin and then slice it into 3 layers once you're done, or you can bake them in individual tins, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use 3 of these 23 by 23 centimeter square tins, or you can use 8-inch round tins if you like as well. And then I've just greased it and lined it with some baking paper. And I found cutting one long strip of baking paper like this actually makes it a lot easier to get them out once they're baked, because these layers are pretty thin. And then you can pop your oven onto 160 degrees Celsius or 320 Fahrenheit, and we can start mixing our batter. So in go the eggs, and then you can beat them for about 30 seconds, just until they start to get fluffy. Then add your sugar and continue to beat for about 30 to 45 seconds. You'll see the mixture slightly turning paler in color. Then add the spirit vinegar into the milk, give it a stir for a couple of seconds, and add it into the eggs, along with the oil, vanilla essence, and salt. Then give a quick beat to combine. Slowly sift in the cocoa powder and the flour, and give a good beat until your mixture is even in color. Lastly, add your baking powder and baking soda and fold it into the batter. Transfer it equally between your 3 prepped baking tins, roughly 320 grams in each, and bake on the middle shelf for 25 minutes. If you're using just one tin, you need to bake it a little bit longer, roughly 35 to 40 minutes. Look how beautiful they are, 3 perfectly soft and pillowy chocolate cake layers. So I'm going to allow these to cool, and in the meantime we can mix our chocolate mousse that is going to go in between these chocolate cake layers. And for that you'll need 350 ml of whipping cream, a tablespoon of sugar, 1/3 of a cup of milk, a tablespoon of gelatin powder, a 385 gram tin of condensed milk, and 6 tablespoons of cocoa powder. Place the cream into a mixing bowl, add the sugar and beat it until it's stiff, then set it aside. Place the milk into a microwave-safe dish and heat it for about 45 seconds. Add the gelatin powder to it and stir it until it's completely dissolved. It does take a minute or 2, so just keep stirring. If you find there are some lumps, you can pop it back in the microwave for a couple more seconds to heat it again, and continue stirring until it's completely lump-free. Then add your gelatin mixture, condensed milk and cocoa powder into the whipped cream, and beat it with an electric mixer until it's smooth and even in color. The mixture will be quite runny at this stage, but it sets perfectly, so don't worry. Place your bowl into the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes and allow it to thicken up. So my cakes have cooled enough to get them out the tin, so I'm just going to give those 2 longer ends a little bit of a tug, and then very gently pull it up and get my hand underneath it, and then pop it onto this cutting board. Now you can do this directly onto your serving plate, but bear in mind we are going to make a bit of a mess because the chocolate ganache goes over the top still. So I'll show you a trick how to transfer this from a cutting board onto your serving plate, and it's quite easy to do actually. Once the chocolate mousse is stiffened up, give it a stir again just to get it nice and even, and transfer half of it into a piping bag with a big round nozzle. Pipe rows of mousse across the top of the first layer of cake. Don't worry if it's untidy, because you can use a scraper to smooth it over and create a lovely flat layer. Then gently place your next layer of cake onto it and repeat the chocolate mousse layer again. Then lastly, add your third layer of cake and pop it into the fridge to continue setting for a couple more minutes. While the cake is setting, we can get our chocolate ganache mixed, and it's super easy. So all you need is 2 80-gram slabs of chocolate, and I'm just using a combo of dark chocolate and milk chocolate, and then 80 ml of whipping cream. Pop the cream into a microwave-safe dish and heat it for 45 seconds to a minute. Break the chocolate slabs into blocks and then add them into the hot cream, stirring until they've completely melted. Let it rest for about 5 minutes or so in the fridge just to thicken up, and then place strips of tin foil around the sides of the cake. This really helps to prevent the ganache from spilling over and ensuring a lovely thick layer on top. Then slowly pour your ganache, allowing it to level itself out, and you can coax it along with a spoon too if it's needed. Then pop it back in the fridge for about 5 to 10 minutes to allow it to set. So I'm just very gently going to remove the tin foil, going all the way around. And now I'm going to trim down the sides just to show these beautiful layers, slicing just a thin section off each end. Then once it's trimmed, slowly slide 2 spatulas under it and transfer it onto your serving board. A clever and easy trick to move a cake without getting your fingers stuck in the sides. Look at this chocolate cake perfection. My kids have already gobbled up all of those side bits. My daughter said to me, "Mom, what have you created? This is the best chocolate cake I've ever eaten." And they're quite critics, I must tell you. So now all that needs to happen is you can decorate it with any goodies you like on top and really make it fancy. This is just in time for my husband's birthday today. Happy birthday, my love. I hope you have a really special day and enjoy eating your chocolate cake. Thanks guys for watching and being a part of this channel. I'll catch you next week for some really fun and easy Easter treats that I'm so looking forward to sharing with you. Until then, take care and God bless.